Hello guys, in this video we'll learn how to implement OTP two-factor authentication using Rust. You must have seen OTP while logging into your social media business account or your personal banking account where you provide your credentials and the OTP is sent out on your verified phone number or your email address, and you have to use that PIN for verify and complete the login. So today we'll build a OTP where we'll send out a OTP digits on your phone number, and then you have to use that to verify. So for that we'll be using Twilio Cloud as well. So in this video you will also learn how to integrate your Rust application with Twilio Cloud and how to use and set up Twilio Cloud. So first of all, move to your favorite browser and let's set up our service in Twilio Cloud and get started. So first of all, you can just go to your ID and do console.twilio.com if you have already an account, or just sign up. It's just a simple sign up which you can do through Google as well. And then you are provided with some free trial money as well, which you can use to test or build your application. And let me tell you, with my personal experience, it's good enough money to test out your application and play around with different services that Twilio provides. So you will be presented with this dashboard where you have a couple of things: account SID and auth token. So these both will be using to communicate to our Twilio application. And now just click explore products. Now here you get bunch of products: messaging, voice, email, video, chat. Just scroll down all the way where you see user authentication and identity. Just press verify. Now here we'll add a service. Now what will this service do is we'll send out a send OTP with like phone number and the channel, like either we want to send out on WhatsApp or SMS or email that we can select, and this will send it. As you can see here, we can select. So let's say the friendly name that we put is OTP and authorize with name, and then we have to just choose one of these. So voice, email, WhatsApp, SMS, you can choose multiple as well. So we'll be choosing just SMS, this one, and get starting. So just choose SMS and press continue, press yes here and press continue. So once you are redirected to this screen, you have your Twilio OTP account service set up. Now there are different configurations that you can play around with, like if you want to send in different languages, not the English language, this is how the text will show up to the user. And if you want to reduce the length of OTP digits, so let's say I want to reduce it to 4 digits, then it will be sent out the 4 digits, but the recommendation is at least 6 digits. And similarly you can also configure a template, but I'll use the default template, the message templates, and just press save. There are also different options like branding and different things that you can play around. So this is pretty much how we want it to be. Now let's get back to our ID and basically create our interaction. So here first of all we'll add a few files that we'll be needing. One of them is model.rs to add all of our models. Another one is Twilio service.rs. Now you can break into multiple files to add clean code, clean architecture, but I'll just prefer on the functionality for now. And then we'll move to cargo toml file. Here we need a few dependencies. So one of them is Axiom for our web server. Then we need Serde with version latest and features as drive. And next we need is request to send out the request to Twilio Cloud with version as latest and features as JSON. The next thing that we need is Tokyo with version as latest for our async programming and features as full. So once we add all of these, just build it. Meanwhile, you can just like the video and subscribe to the channel. Now let's get back and create our models. So one of the first model that we have today is sign in request. So I'll just quickly add pub struct sign in request, and we'll add email as string and password as string. So the user will be using these details to sign in, and we'll add a derive on the top where we will add deserialize. The next thing that we have today is verify OTP, pub struct verify OTP, and here this is the verify OTP request payload, deserialize, debug, and clone. And we'll use is actually we just need deserialize here because this is the payload that we receive, and we just need is verify p a string, code as string, and the next thing that we need is pub struct OTP verify response. So this is the response that Twilio will be sending us, which is derive and deserialize, debug, and clone. And here we'll just have a pub status as string. Now let's quickly add pub here as well because we'll be accessing from outside. These things are added, and let's get to our Twilio service. Similarly, we'll add pub struct Twilio service with service ID, which I showed you guys in the console. And the next thing that we need is account SID, which I showed you in the console. The third thing which we need is auth token. Again, I showed you guys in the console. And we'll do the impl for Twilio service. Here we'll add pub fn new. Now what this new method does is returns a new instance of Twilio service. So we'll use service ID string from, and make sure to copy service ID and add it here. Then you have account SID, which again make sure to copy and add, or you can create an environment file and store in that environment file as well. So string from auth token, and the next method that we'll add here is pub async fn send OTP, and this will require us a phone number which we'll get from our DB, and this will send out a result of empty or static str. Similarly, we will create another method which is actually we have to pass immutable self here as well. Same here, and this is verify OTP. Again, same response, but the body will be verify OTP body. So now let's go ahead and use it. So we'll quickly go back to our main and add our REST part of application. So we will add two handlers. One is async fn sign in with service extension Twilio service, and another is JSON of data of JSON of sign in request, and this will send out a result of JSON string, or it will send out a status code. So we'll just say let number verify data, and here we'll create a fn verify sign in request. It will send out a number. So this you can simulate verification from DB, simulate get phone number against email, and then what you can do is just return from here. Now I won't be interacting with DB because our purpose here is to understand how can we send out OTP, how can we verify OTP. So that part we can simulate that yes, you get credentials from user, you verify them, you verify the token and everything, and then you just play around and return some phone number. Make sure to replace it with the original phone number which you are testing with. And we'll just do is match service dot send OTP, and I'll send the number here. I'll await either OK response, and we'll send OK of JSON, and we'll say message please put your OTP dot parse dot unwrap. And if it's not a OK or it's an error, then we want to print that error ex, and we want to return is error wrapped in a status code, which is bad request, let's say, or we can return unauthorized. Okay, so similarly we'll add another one here, which is async fn verify, and this will also get the same service, and the body, which is different, we'll add in a minute. So body here will be verify OTP, and in the service we have the same. So what we'll do here is match service dot verify OTP, and we'll send out our body, and we'll await, and let's use the same handling here. If it's okay, we'll say success, and if it's not, then we'll just return, let's say, forbidden. So async fn verify OTP. Okay, so these are both of our handlers added. Let's go ahead and finish our web server. So most of this part you guys already know, so let me quickly add this so we can quickly go ahead and complete our Twilio service. Okay, so here just I added our Tokyo man async, and literally just added the router. If you have been following my YouTube channel for a long time now, we have already created a bunch of web servers, and then we added the listener to listen. Now let's go ahead and write our original Twilio service to communicate and send the OTP. So first we'll complete the send OTP function, and we'll add the URL format, and here we'll just say https verify.twilio.com/v2/services/serve-id verifications, and here we'll send the serve id as self.service id, and then we'll quickly add a couple of one header that we need. So we'll say header map new, and headers dot insert, and the header we have is content type application/x www form URL encoded dot parse dot unwrap. And next we have is the body, so it's a form body which is expected. So we'll just do a hash map of an str string, let's remove it so we can use the string from language, and so we have our hash map, and let's add the form body, insert to, and we'll just use the phone number dot to string. And then the second thing we have is form body dot insert channel SMS. So basically you can select which channel you want to send through: email, SMS, WhatsApp that we saw on the cloud. It's as easy as just sending from here, which is because sometimes users have different preferences, so you can build accordingly as well. Response, and we'll say client dot post URL dot basic auth self dot account sid dot clone some self dot auth token dot clone, and then we'll send the headers that we have, and we'll just send the form body and send the request and await for the response. Once we have some response, we'll just go ahead and see if it's a OK response. We will just return OK off, and if it's a error, then in that case we'll just send out error sending OTP. So now send OTP is completed. Now let's go ahead and do verify OTP. Now most part is same, so basically you can create a base HTTP service as well and use that. So instead here we have verification check, and same header we need, body request and response. So let's copy this and let's change what we have to. So headers is same. Here we will be using end string, and we'll be passing the to and code. So and verify OTP dot phone, the phone number that we sent out the OTP to, and verify OTP dot code. And this request remains the same. And here, instead of just doing this bit, we have to dig in a little more. So if it's a OK response, we'll just dig in a little more. And what we'll do is we'll get the data. So we'll say response.json OTP verify response dot await, and what we'll do is OK match data. If it's a OK result, then we need to check if result dot status is equals to approved. Then we return the OK, else we return the error, and we say error verifying OTP. And similarly, what we do is if there's an error here as well, then we do the same thing. And that's pretty much it, because we have added this already. So that's pretty much it that we need. Now let's go ahead and test our application. Actually, before testing, make sure to replace these secrets and add a drive on top of this to clone. And next thing, that is in main.rs, make sure to complete this part of the code if you want to verify, or at least change it with your phone number so you can test it. So once you replace all the credentials, just go ahead, open the terminal and just do cargo run quite. Okay, it's listening. Now let's go ahead to your favorite API testing tool and test it. Actually, before you guys go ahead and test it, make sure to use S of the services as capital and verifications V as capital, and same for verifications check and services, because Twilio is somehow using case sensitive resources, which is very weird, but that's how it works. So otherwise it will just return you some error. So make sure to use proper casing and open your terminal and do cargo run. Okay, now let's go ahead and test it. So you can use any of your favorite API testing tool. Just go here, HTTP localhost, and then do 3000/sign in body and add the JSON body, and here you can add the email as anything because I'm not verifying on the backend, but you should. And then the next thing is password. So again, abc123 send. It's a post request. Something sign in. Okay, as you can see, it says please put your OTP. So now you can check your mobile phone and you must have got the OTP. So just create another HTTP request, localhost 3000/verify. It's a post request, and you can go ahead and put a JSON here. Currently I'm sending phone number from front end, which is kind of you can change and send from the backend. I mean, just how we do it for verify. So you can compare by email and then send the code from the front end of whatever the user typed. So let's add this data, and then we just click send, and as you can see it says success, our OTP is verified and we are in. So that's how easy and quickly you can go ahead and build it. Obviously you can change model and the requirements of API based on of your requirement, but the purpose was just to explain you guys how quickly and simply we can implement OTP and send out to your phone numbers. That's it for this video, guys. I hope you guys understood and learned something new. If you do, subscribe to the channel, share with your friends, and like, comment anything you like. So I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye bye.